Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to study the new chapter Metals and Non-Metals. In class 9, you have learned about various elements. You have seen that elements can be classified as metals or non-metals on the basis of their properties. Think of some uses of metals and non-metals in your daily life. What properties did you think while categorizing elements as metals or non-metals? How are these properties related to the uses of these elements? So let us look at some of the properties in detail. Here, physical properties of metals. So the easiest way to start grouping substances is by comparing their physical properties. So let us study with the help of the following properties. So you know that the physical properties of metals. So once again recalled it. Here metals are solid. Metals are solid except mercury, and some metals are hard. So except lithium, potassium, sodium, metals are hard. And metals have metallic luster. Here lusters means shine. So large amount of metals have luster, or metals have shine. Metals are malleable. Metals are malleable. So what do you mean by malleable? Here malleable means metals can be beaten into thin sheet. Metals can be beaten into thin sheets. That means malleable. So metals are malleable. And some metals are ductile. Some metals are ductile. Here what do you mean by ductile? A ductile means metals can be drawn into wire. Metals can be drawn into wire. So that's why it is called it as ductile. So you know that. So metals can be drawn into wire is called ductile. So gold is the most ductile metal. So you will be surprised to know that a wire of about 2 kilometer length can be drawn from 1 gram of gold. So note down here. So gold is the most ductile metal. The example of ductile is gold. Gold is the most ductile metal. So you will surprise to know that what wire of gold, so it can be drawn 2 kilometer length from 1 gram of gold. Because of their malleable and ductility, that metals can be given different shapes according to our needs. And metals have high melting points. Metals have high melting points. For example, gallium and cesium are the high melting pointing metals, and have low melting points. Metals have low melting points. They melt in the palm of the hand. Some metals, it can be easily to melt the palm of the hands. So metals have high boiling point. Metals have high boiling points. So metals are good conductors of heat. Metals are good conductor of heat. So here the good conductor of high melting point. The best conductor of heat are silver and copper. So silver and copper are the metals are good conductors of heat. Here poor conductors are lead and mercury. Which metals have good conductors of heat? Silver and coppers are the good conductors of heat. Here which metals have so poor conductors of heat? Here the lead and mercury are the two metals poor conductors of heat. So metals are good conductor of electricity. Metals are good conductor of electricity. You must have seen that wires that carry current in your homes have a coating of polyvinyl chloride means PVC or a rubber like material. Why are electric wires coated with such substances? What happens when metals strike a hard surface? Do they produce a sound? The metals that produce a sound on striking a hard surface are said to be sonorous. So here you know that metals are good conductor of electricity and best conductor of silver and copper. Here best conductors are silver and copper, and metals are sonorous because it's produce the sound when bitten. Metals are sonorous, it's produces sound when bitten. So here question is arise. Here metals are good conductors of electricity. So best conductors are silver and copper. So here you must have seen that the wires that carry current in your homes have a coating of polyvinyl chloride of a rubber like material. Why electric wires coated in such substances? Here question is arise. Electric wires are covered with rubber like materials. Q reason. So because rubber is a insulator and does not allow current flow through it. So that's the reason here electric wires are covered with the rubber like material. Here note down the point. Here question is arise. Electric wires are covered with rubber like materials. Give reason. Because rubber is a insulator and does not allow current flow through it. And then metals are sonorous because it produces sound when bitten. And then physical properties of non-metals. So in the previous class we have learnt that there are very few non-metals as compared to metals. So some of the examples of non-metals are, so we have to see in the physical properties of non-metals. So non-metals may be solids, liquids or gaseous form. So solid metals are carbon, sulfur, phosphorus are the solids non-metals, and liquid non-metals are bromine, and gaseous non-metals are oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen are the gaseous non-metals. So the non-metals are either solid, liquid or gases except bromine because which is a liquid. So the non-metals also have physical properties. So let us see about that. So non-metals are soft. Non-metals are soft except diamond because diamond is the hardest natural substance. Diamond is the hardest natural substances. So except diamond, so all non-metals are soft. And non-metals do not have luster. Non-metals do not have luster or shine except iodine crystals. Except iodine crystals, non-metals do not have luster. Non-metals are not malleable. Non-metals are not malleable. And non-metals are not ductile. So the metals cannot be drawn into a wire. So here the non-metals are not ductile. Non-metals which are solids and liquids have low melting point. Non-metals are solid and liquid stage when the melting point is low. And non-metals are solids and liquids have boiling point is low. Non-metals are solids and liquids have low boiling point. So non-metals are solids and liquids have low melting point, and non-metals are solids and liquids have low boiling points. So non-metals are good conductors of heat. So note down the point here. Non-metals are bad conductors of heat. So non-metals are bad conductor of electricity except graphite. Non-metals are bad conductor of electricity except graphite, because when good conductor of electricity, it's carry current. When non-conductor of electricity or bad conductor of electricity, the electricity does not carry it. So here, except graphite, so non-metals are bad conductor of electricity. So non-metals are not sonorous. Non-metals are not make sound. Here sonorous means sound. Here non-metals are not make sound. And then chemical properties of metals. Chemical properties of metals. So here, we have learnt about the chemical properties of the metals in the previous classes. So here, what happen when metals are reacts with oxygen? So let us see about that. So here, when metal reacts with oxygen to form metal oxides, almost all metals combine with oxygen to form metal oxides. So almost all metals combine with oxygen to form metal oxides. So let us see one by one. For example, when copper is heated with air, so it combines with oxygen to form copper second oxide, a black oxide. When copper is heated with air or it combines with oxygen to form copper second oxide or a black oxide. When copper reacts with oxygen to form copper second oxide. So observe this equation. Here Cu means copper and O2 means oxygen and CuO means copper oxide. When copper reacts with oxygen, here copper second oxide is a form. Here copper is one of the metal. So metal reacts with oxygen or combines with oxygen, it gives copper oxide. So here are metal oxide. And same as when similarly aluminium forms aluminium oxide. So similarly aluminium forms aluminium oxide. So when aluminium, absorb this equation, 4Al plus 3O2 2Al2O3. Here Al means aluminium, O2 means oxygen and Al2O3 means aluminium oxide. So when aluminium is heated, it combines with oxygen to form aluminium oxide. Here metal reacts with oxygen to form metal oxide. Here aluminium is one of the metal. So this metal reacts with oxygen to form metal oxide. So Al2O3 is the metal oxide. So here aluminium reacts with oxygen to form aluminium oxide. So recall the chapter 2. So how copper oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid. So we have learnt that metal oxides are basic in nature, but some metals oxides such as aluminium oxide, zinc oxide show both acidic as well as basic behavior. So some metal oxides are basic oxides, they react with water to form bases. Metal oxides are basic oxides, reacts with water to form bases. So such metal oxides reacts with both acid as well as base to produce salt and water. So here sodium. Sodium is one of the metal. Soft metal. Sodium is a soft metal. Sodium reacts with oxygen. Sodium oxide is formed. Sodium reacts with oxygen. Sodium oxide is formed. And this sodium oxide reacts with water. Here sodium hydroxide is formed. Na2O means sodium oxide, H2O means water. So sodium oxide reacts with water to give sodium hydroxide. NaOH means sodium hydroxide. And same as when potassium reacts with oxygen, here K means the symbol of potassium is K. Potassium, the Latin name of potassium is kalium. So here the symbol of the potassium is K. So potassium reacts with oxygen to give potassium oxide. So this potassium oxide reacts with water to give potassium hydroxide. So most metallic oxides are insoluble in water, but some of these dissolve in water to form alkalis. So sodium oxide and potassium oxide dissolve in water to form alkalis. So observe here, sodium oxide and potassium oxide dissolve in water to form alkalis. So here, some metal oxides shows acidic and basic properties. So note down the point. So this question is very important in your examination. Here question is arise. So what are amphoteric oxides? What are amphoteric oxides? So metals reacts with both acid and base to give salt and water are called amphoteric acid. Very important. Note down the point here. What are amphoteric oxides? Amphoteric acids means metal oxides shows acidic and basic property, or metal oxides react with both acid as well as base to give salt and water are called amphoteric oxides. The examples of amphoteric acids are aluminium oxide and zinc oxide are the examples of amphoteric oxides. Here aluminium oxide is one of the base. So this aluminium oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid to give aluminium chloride and water. See again, this aluminium oxide present in the form of acidic and reacts with sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide, so they give sodium aluminate and water. Here base, so aluminum oxide is one of the base. Base react with acid. HCl is one of the acid. Base reacts with acid to give salt and water. So aluminum chloride is one of the salt and water is separated. So here aluminum oxide presents in the form of acidic. So this aluminum oxide reacts with base sodium hydroxide, so give sodium aluminate and water. Here acid or base reacts, both acid and base reacts with acid, both metals or reacts with the acid or base to give salt and water, so that metals are called amphoteric oxides. And then the reactivity of different metals with oxygen is different. So metals like potassium and sodium reacts with oxygen and catches fire. So it kept in open. When it's kept in open, metals like potassium and sodium, you know that sodium and potassium are the soft metals. So you have easily to cut with a knife. So metals like sodium and potassium reacts with oxygen, it catches fire when it's kept open. Hence, they are stored in kerosene to prevent burning. Here question is arise. Why sodium is kept in kerosene? Why sodium is kept in kerosene? Because it catches fire when kept in open. And if magnesium is heated, it burns with a bright flame. When magnesium is heated, you know that the first chapter. So when magnesium ribbon is heated, a white dazzling flame is formed and form the magnesium oxide. So same as if magnesium is heated, it burns with a bright flame. If iron is heated, it glows brightly. If iron is heated, it glows brightly. If copper is heated, it does not burn but forms a black coating of copper oxide. When copper is, note down the point here. So when copper is heated, so it does not burn but forms a black coating of copper oxide. So silver and gold does not react with oxygen even at high temperature. Silver and gold does not react with oxygen even at a high temperature. Some metals like magnesium, aluminium, zinc, lead, etc. forms an oxide layer over it which prevents further oxidation. So they are called self-protecting metals. So when metals like magnesium, aluminium, zinc and lead, so it reacts with oxygen and it prevents it reacts with oxygen and oxide layer is formed. So this process it is called it as self-protecting metals. And then reaction with the water. So what happen when metals reacts with the water? So when metal reacts with water to form metal oxides or metal hydroxides and hydrogen. So metals reacts with water to form metal oxides or metal hydroxides and hydrogen. So metals like sodium and potassium reacts with cold water. So to form, in case of sodium and potassium, the reaction is so violent and exothermic. The exothermic process is formed and it catches fire. Here, see, observe here. Sodium reacts with water, sodium hydroxide is formed and hydrogen gas is liberated. The reactivity of different metals with water is different. So let us see these points. The reactivity of different metals with water is different. Here sodium and potassium reacts with cold water to form sodium hydroxide and hydrogen and catches fire. So that process it is called it as exothermic reaction. So what do you mean by exothermic reaction? The reaction in which heat is liberated, so that reaction is called exothermic reaction. Here sodium and potassium reacts with cold water. So a question is arise. So which metals is reacts with cold water? Sodium and potassium are the two metals reacts with the cold water and form for sodium hydroxide and hydrogen and it catches a fire. And then calcium. Calcium reacts less with water to form calcium hydroxide. Calcium reacts with less with water to form calcium hydroxide and water and does not catch fire. Here see the equation Ca plus H2O, CaOH2 plus H2. Here Ca means calcium, H2O means water. Calcium reacts with water, CaOH2 means calcium hydroxide and hydrogen is liberated. So calcium reacts less with water to form calcium hydroxide and water and does not catches fire. And then magnesium. So magnesium reacts only with the hot water. Magnesium reacts only with the hot water and to form magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen. Magnesium reacts with hot water to form magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen. And metals like aluminium, iron and zinc reacts only with steam to form metal oxides and hydrogen. So which metals reacts with steam? Metals like aluminium, iron and zinc reacts with only with steam to form metal oxides and hydrogen. So note down the point here. Metals like lead, copper, silver and gold do not react with water. Metals like lead, copper, silver and gold do not react with water. Here question is arise. So which metals reacts with the water? Which metals do not react with the water? So lead, copper, silver and gold do not react with water. Here, here another question is arise. So which metals reacts with steam? So aluminium, iron and zinc reacts with steam to form metal oxides. So which metals reacts with the hot water? Magnesium reacts with the hot water. And which metals reacts with cold water? Sodium and potassium reacts with the cold water. Okay dear students, today we shall discuss about the importance of physical properties of metals, physical properties of non-metals and chemical properties of metals. So reaction with oxygen. So amphoteric acid and the reactivity of different metals with the oxygen is different, and then reaction with water, the reactivity of different metals with water is different. Okay, thank you.